What's up? Welcome back to the Down Once More podcast. This week, it is just moi. It is just Raley. So, buckle up, Buttercup, because you're about to get a whole lot of Raley this week. I am here on my own, gonna do something special I'm excited about. I'm gonna be doing a review, my personal review of the new Little Mermaid movie. And if you know anything about me, you know that I have been obsessed with all things Little Mermaid, all things Ursula, for most of my life. I was going to say adult life, but definitely not. No. This goes back into the childhood realm. I've been obsessed with Little Mermaid. Ursula. Let's call it what it is. Obsessed with Ursula since I could speak her part in Poor Unfortunate Souls. So it means a lot to me that there's been a new movie made. And I'm going to get into what that means, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to talk about that, but we'll get into that in a second. So let's get started. As you all know, I'm sure by now, it's been out for several weeks, the new Little Mermaid movie, the live action Little Mermaid. Is I want to say 90% identical to the original. So the parts that I'll be talking about are really just that 10%, right? Because we already know the original Little Mermaid is amazing. Everything about it is amazing. So obviously, I don't have to talk about that. But the 10% that's different, maybe it's 20%, whatever, give or take. It's different, okay? And it had to be because it's a live action movie, so it had to be its own thing. So let's talk about this, right? First things, right off the bat, let's talk about Ariel, because I know that this is the topic that everybody has been blah, blah, blahing about. Before I saw the movie, I heard so much, social blah, blah, blahing about Ariel being black, okay? And how she's supposed to have red hair, she's supposed to have white skin, yada, yada, yada. And there are people who are angry. I'm talking about angry about this. And I get, as someone who has been obsessed with Little Mermaid all my life, I get that we want to stick to the original as much as we can, right? That's what we expect. That's what we know. It's what we're expecting when we see the movie. So when announced that Ariel was going to be black, I get that people were like, what? That's not what Ariel looks like. I get that. However, let's take a step back and let's think about this, because Ariel is a mermaid. She is a fictional character in a cartoon movie, made when Walt Disney was making everything about white people, because Walt Disney lived in a time when white people did everything, and there's no way he would have put anybody of color in a movie back then. It just didn't happen. It just wasn't a thing. Now that we're approaching a more reasonable society, it makes sense that we should have people of color in these lead character roles, okay? So I'm saying that. It makes sense. And I'm also saying this is a fictional character. This is a mermaid. She's not a real person. She is not a real... We cannot say that Ariel was supposed to be white, because Ariel is a made-up thing. She's a made-up thing. She's not a real thing. She's not a real person. So she can be any color you want her to be, as long as she is Ariel, right? I got no problem with it. So the actress that plays Ariel, Halle Bailey, not to be confused with Halle Berry, which a lot of people online apparently are getting those two very confused. Not Halle Berry, Halle Bailey is very cute. She has a beautiful voice. I think she was an appropriate selection for Ariel. I think she was a good choice. And here's why. She has a really sweet face. Like, she looks young. Ariel's supposed to be 16. She has this like very innocent looking face. So in the moments when she can't speak, right? Because she can't speak when she's talking when she's with Eric on land. She can't speak. She has a lot of facial expressions that like are important. And I think she has a very like innocent, sweet, like likable face. And so it works. And when she sings beautifully. And I think she did a very good job as Ariel. I think, moving on from Ariel to what I really want to talk about, which is Ursula. Melissa McCarthy steals the effing show, okay? Like, you can walk away from this movie and forget about Ariel. Like, Melissa McCarthy is just awesome, period. She's awesome in every single possible way. And then she becomes Ursula. And there was a lot of pressure for me because I like Melissa McCarthy, but I hold Ursula at like up here. So there was a lot of pressure for me whether or not she was going to make it a good, like it was going to be right, you know? And she did it. My God, she did it. Like, I like her so much as Ursula that I'm now listening to the soundtrack of this movie in my car instead of the original. Listening to her Poor Unfortunate Souls version instead of the original. Like, that's how much I like her as Ursula. She's good. She has this, like, sort of, I don't know, it's kind of like a gravelly voice that she does. And it works. And I didn't know Melissa McCarthy could sing, but like, holy crap, she can. And so, oh my God, it just works. It works so well. And the whole Ursula character is the bomb. And there's some development there behind Ursula being King Triton's sister, like his shunned sister, which we didn't get in the original. So you get a little bit of backstory in this one. I liked that. And there's a little bit more like development of like why Ursula is Ursula. And you didn't get that in the original. And I appreciate that because I am a big fan of Ursula. So all things Ursula are good in my book. There was a lot of pressure in my mind whether or not Ursula was going to make it. And I mean, oof, yes. All right, so those are the positives. Here are the negatives. Not a fan of the songs that are added that are not the original songs. So they've put, new, I think it's 3, maybe 4 new songs in this version. There's one that Ariel sings when she becomes human, that she doesn't actually sing because she can't sing. She has no voice, but it's like her like voiceover doing like oh, look, I'm experiencing all these things for the first time. I get the idea. Not a fan of the song. Eric has his own song, which he doesn't in the original at all. Eric has his own little like side story of how he wants to go out into the world and see things, and he's got this like haunting voice of this woman who saved him that he's like, trying to find. But yeah, no, not a fan of the song. Not a fan of his voice, really. I think he's cute. I think he does a good job as Eric, but like, I don't think he is a very endearing singer, and I don't know. I didn't really like connect with Eric. I don't know if it's the actor. I don't know if it's the song. I don't know if it's all of it, but like, didn't vibe. Wasn't vibing with Eric. So, that's that. Other side. There is a song that Scuttle and Sebastian sing, and it's really about like Scuttle coming in and saying, hey, I heard Eric's gonna propose and you need to get yourself ready because it's got to be you, right? Nobody knows that like Ursula's done her like witchcraft thing, but everybody thinks it's going to be Ariel he's going to be proposing to. So this song, Scuttlebutt is the name of the song. I just have a problem with the name, first of all. I have a problem with Scuttle. I have a problem with Awkwafina as the voice of Scuttle, because that, to me, like, right away, was like, I don't know. It was like fingernails on a chalkboard. Her voice, Awkwafina's voice, is like, oh, it really, like, rakes on my nerves. I can't. So hearing her voice throughout the movie was annoying. And then this song, Scuttlebutt, comes on. And it's a rap slash, I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. And I hated it. I hated it when I watched the movie. I hated it in the theaters. I was like, oh my God, get me out of this. Like, make it stop. Because it's Awkwafina. And I just, ugh. Ugh. However, Daveed Diggs is the voice of Sebastian. And if you don't know him, he's from Hamilton. He's done a bunch of other musical things. He is a phenomenal singer, artist, musician, incredible voice, incredible talent. He takes the stage because he's Sebastian, and he can just do that because he's Daveed Diggs, and I just love him. I love him. So he helps make up for it in this song because he's Sebastian. But, oh my God. I wanted it to end immediately. I was like, make this stop. Make it stop. Now, I will say, I have gone back and listened to it a couple of times since watching the movie. And I think it's growing on me a little bit. Like, I'll listen to it, and I think my son likes it. My 4-year-old likes it, so, like, I'll listen to it for him. But, not a fan. Not a fan of Awkwafina, not a fan of Scuttle, not a fan of the song. Just, in general, I thought it was like, why do we need this? But it has grown on me a little bit, and I will say I'm giving it a second chance as I listen to it more. I'm giving it more and more and more and more chances. That said, the new songs, not a fan at all. The original songs were done really, really well. I think overall, the casting was perfect, aside from Awkwafina. I don't know why she was chosen for this role, but like, ew. Aside from her, if you could just remove her from it, everybody else was like, excellent choice. I even liked, what's his name? Javier Bardem, is that his name? Ooh, might have said that wrong. As King Triton. I think he did a great job. I think he was believable, and it was cute. And he was endearing. Yeah. So I think overall, I give this out of, out of 5 stars, I'm going to give it like I'm going to give it a 3.9 stars. Almost 4 stars. I think if the original songs were better or just not included at all, it would have gone like the 4.5 star range. But like, I have to like, I just don't, not a fan. And that's what makes it different, different from the original. So like, that's what I have to judge. I'm not judging the original songs and the original musical and the original movie because it's there already. I'm not judging that. I'm judging what's different, and what's different wasn't that great. Melissa McCarthy, awesome. Halle Bailey, awesome. Daveed Diggs, amazing. Overall, yeah, that's my take. If you agree, if you disagree, please tell me. I want to hear all of your opinions. If you want to argue with me, let's do it. Let's have a debate. I'm totally down for that. And if I said something that you agree with, let me know. But yeah, We have more musical reviews coming up. I know Matt has got something special in store for you for the next couple of weeks. And we will be back together doing more awesomeness back and forth as soon as we can. So tune in for that. And I hope to see you the upcoming weeks, upcoming episodes. And like I said, tell me what you think. I'm open to hearing your take on everything I said. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Just flat out tell me, Raley, you are so effing wrong. Just tell me. And yeah, and tune in and subscribe, comment, like, all the things that we ask you to do every week because, we're out here struggling, doing our thing. So any support you can give is awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next week. And don't forget to go down once more. Peace.